Hello, my name's Tom. I've been wrestling with doing this for a number of months now, and I finally thought I would sit down on a very rainy, grey day in probably not the best place to do this because of all the echoing, but I felt it was one of those things that if I didn't actually sit down and do it, I probably never would, and just get on with it, because ultimately that's what matters. I'm not a polished YouTuber. I'm in no way a professional person who can speak in front of the camera, far from it. So sitting down and doing this is pretty difficult to start off with. However, I thought that the fun of doing it and the joy of doing it would outweigh the kind of nervousness and the tension. I've been watching a number of YouTubers who have decided to quit, and rather perversely it sort of decided for me that I would actually get on and do this. Not that I'm measuring myself against what they've done, because most of them have been around for 10-15 years probably and got a vast expanse of knowledge and experience, whereas I have none of that. That's to say that I shouldn't not do it. I got sucked into a bit of watching how to YouTube videos, and ended up feeling that I probably wasn't going to either be capable of doing this, or that in some way I would not be very good at it. And then I decided I thought I would just turn all that off and sit down and have a go, because ultimately what matters is the story and, for me, the journey of about what I'm going to do. That for me is the most kind of important thing. As you may have seen from the beginning of this channel, it started off with animation, which I thought I was going to then take into doing more kind of longer term and doing blend projects. However, when I realised the actual amount of time and effort required to kind of do the thing that I wanted to do, it became very apparent to me that that actually wasn't really kind of what I wanted to do. So I kind of stopped doing it, which is what you can see in the channel. In the meantime of doing this, I was doing a daily drawing on my iPad, a digital drawing, and I've now been doing that for nearly 2 years, and it's something that I've consistently managed to build into my kind of daily routine, and I really enjoy doing it. It's a really good kind of record of what's been going on, and the pictures actually really bring out kind of certain things that photos don't always do, so I've really enjoyed doing that. So part of doing this channel is to actually bring the digital version of the kind of visual journal into a more kind of physical realm, and also I want to have a go at kind of physical kind of artworks as well. Some long time ago I took a liner cut course and never actually took it anywhere, which is kind of pretty much part of the course for me. But I thought at this point it's something I wanted to really experiment. For me, this channel is about a journey creating art, and in my view it doesn't really matter kind of how old you are, how good you are, how young you are, how talented you are. It's more about the actual doing, and there are plenty of examples of artists saying that it really doesn't matter as long as you're enjoying it. Last night I was listening to a programme where the artist was 92 and was still creating every day, which I find absolutely amazing. I don't profess to be any good at this. I don't profess to be experienced. I don't profess to be anything but really a kind of a student to the world of art. However, if you're interested in seeing the journey that I take, then this is probably going to be interesting for you. I'm going to keep it simple. I don't have a big studio. I don't have any fancy gear. I'm doing this from an iPhone at the moment. I've got relatively kind of few tools. I've got a tripod, and I definitely want to kind of grow as an artist, but I also want to kind of keep it real. So for me it's about the creation, it's not about the YouTube side of it. The YouTube channel is really kind of a window into kind of what I'm doing, and I hope it's something that you can enjoy and follow along with. I'm learning the basics like editing, I'm learning the basics like setting the camera up, I'm learning the basics like sound. If that's something that you're interested in, maybe, you know, following along will help you kind of feel like you can do this as well. If you're interested in that kind of thing, then it's something that you may like to follow along with. Not everybody wants to be a YouTuber, I understand that. But for those who may be interested, and it doesn't necessarily even have to be art, it could be anything. I think the process of learning how to do this from scratch is quite easy, because quite often you see the YouTube channels that are already established and have built their audiences and don't need to show, kind of like me sitting in my kitchen in front of a little phone on a tripod, because they've got all the gear and the studio space and lighting and whatever else. So this will be kind of improvement by iteration. Each time I do something, I hope to do it a little bit better, and that goes down to the art and also the creating the videos as well. So only time will tell with that. So what's to come? In the next video, I'm planning to start a 30-day challenge for myself on creating a liner cut. But it's just to get me going, which is pretty much how I started my visual journal. I started thinking, right, I'll do one for a day, then I built it into 2 days, 3 days, a week, a month, a year, and so forth. And I think the commitment and the consistency of sitting down and working at it every day will actually kind of improve my kind of experience of it. So that's kind of what I'm planning to do first. The main question is whether I kind of do a video for each day. Of course it would only be a pretty short one, or if I kind of keep it to a week, one video a week. I'm not sure at the moment how I'm going to do this, but that's the first project to start off with. I've got plenty of ideas of the images that I would like to use. In actual fact, the imagery is the least of the problems. It's probably more the technique and the actual doing it that's going to be the hard bit. I know this is a short video and it's very kind of unpolished, but I just thought if I don't get this done now, then nothing is ever going to happen. I'm going to keep putting it off. I'm going to keep planning it. I'm going to keep saying to my friends, I am going to do it, but not actually do it. So however good or bad this video is, with the outside noise and all the maybe echoey around, this is what it is. I hope you'd like to follow along and see how I progress, and I'm looking forward to uploading the next video. Until the next one,